Hey gamers, if you like the Dragon Age series, this video is for you. Dragon Age Inquisition is the third title in the series and it's been creating major waves in the gaming community since its launch in 2014. The best thing about this game is that players discover new mysteries, secrets, and quests each time they replay it. In this video, we'll talk about everything you might have missed in Dragon Age Inquisition. First up, God of Secrets. The third installment of Dragon Age is known for its hidden quests that require many replays to discover. God of Secrets is one of those quests, and it's quite a challenging one too. You might not get this on the first try, folks. This side quest can only be triggered when players find all 4 elven glyphs in the Exalted Plains. Using the tip from Keeper Hawen, players will need to complete the War Table operation, investigate the elven glyphs, and this costs 5 power to complete. Once you complete it, a new, smaller location marker for the Lost Temple of Dirthamen will unlock a new location for players to visit north of the Exalted Plains. Here, they'll need to navigate through the dark, maze-like temple to complete a ritual. This involves taking body parts on altars in chambers of the temple. The ritual will eventually lead to a fight with a despair demon who has a large health pool. The player will have to defeat the demon and loot everything in the chamber to complete the quest and collect all the loot, XP, and power. Up next, a ladder for your back. Let's talk about a little Easter egg, shall we? This video game is full of them, and it's always a fun little surprise when you catch a reference or a callback. Many times in the game, it calls back to the first game in the series, Dragon Age Origins. These references can only be caught by hardcore Dragon Age fans. Here's one that we noticed. It's subtle and specific, made for loyal fans only. In Dragon Age Origins, you have to pick from a set of different voices for your character to use during gameplay. If you chose the Violet voice set, your character would not hold back from sassy remarks and absolutely savage taunts. One quote that stuck with fans was, "Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?" This was spoken by a Violet warden whenever you manually told them what to do during combat. In Inquisition, in the Western approach, you can find and claim a landmark near a ladder. Upon a closer look at the ladder, you'll discover a message scratched on it that says, "Can I get you a ladder to get off my back?" Pretty clever. Next, the trouble with Darkspawn. Darkspawn is a major problem in the Western approach. Many players overlook this quest simply because it takes way too many steps to activate. To trigger the quest, you have to complete the quest Assault on Griffin Wing Keep, and also capture the keep from Venatori for the Inquisition. Then you'll need to speak with Knight Captain Ryland and receive multiple follow-up quests for the area. One of these is to determine the source of the Darkspawn that appeared north of the keep. After this, you'll have to complete the War Table operation. Find the source of the Darkspawn. Once completed, you'll get access to a new area, Curacavis, a Tevinter ruin. Here you can roam around the prison to locate the tunnel to the deep roads where the Darkspawn have been coming from. You'll have to defeat the Venatori and a giant, and eventually exit Curacavis and enter Echoback Fort. Here you'll have to locate and fight Service, who you can take a prisoner or kill to destroy Venatori activity in the place. Even though this quest is a tangent from the main quest, it's an important part of the story and one that players really shouldn't miss. Moving on, the quest of softening Liliana. This next one isn't exactly a listed side quest per se. Instead, it's an active choice that players can make to change Liliana's personality and affect the decisions this character makes. It may possibly impact the next game too if you choose her as the Divine. Liliana's personality will become hardened, cold, and impenetrable by default unless the player chooses to soften her. But you didn't know about this one, did you? Channel your I can fix him energy into this character, ladies. So how do you soften Liliana? To start off, when you first meet her in Haven, make sure that your second response is always my sympathies. Later in Haven, when she discovers that there's a traitor around, try to convince her to spare them. It's literally like dealing with a toxic boyfriend. Next, once you're in Skyhold, you'll find Liliana talking to Cullen. Now you have to make sure that she isn't blamed and choose the "our men are not disposable" response. During Liliana's personal quest, the left hand of the Divine, you have to persuade her to let Natalie go. And then in the following conversation, choose the "stop torturing yourself" option. Next up, a callback to Disney. If you're a Disney fan who also likes to game, get Dragon Age Inquisition now. It's a game meant for you. Seriously, the game involves an obvious callback to the evil stepmother from Snow White, and if that sounds like fun, wait till you hear the rest of it. One of Vivian's personal quests is Bring Me the Heart of Snow White, a clear-cut reference to our favorite princess with dwarves for housemates. Just like the evil queen wanted Snow White's heart in the fairy tale, the objective of the quest is to carve out Snowy Wyvern's heart and take it to Vivian. But there's also a hidden reference here, and you'll catch it instantly if you know your Disney. The quest gives you the option to bring Vivian any wyvern heart, not just one from the Snowy Wyvern. Despite her specifying signifying that the spell won't work otherwise. This is a nod to the plot, in which the huntsman doesn't actually kill Snow White and brings the queen an animal heart instead. And now, let them eat steak. Easter egg time. Everyone and their mother has heard the phrase, "let them eat cake." This wildly famous line is usually associated with Marie Antoinette, the Queen of France, right before the French Revolution. Apparently, when hearing of the peasants' woes of not having bread to eat, the Queen suggested they substitute it with cake. While this quote is a major part of the Western collective subconscious, there's no evidence of her actually saying anything of the sort. Regardless, this quote is huge, and a reference can still be found in Dragon Age, Inquisition's DLC, The Descent. There's a collective side quest named Mugs in the Deep Roads. In total, there are 10 mugs to find. One of them, called the Pride of Nalthar mug, can be found just after entering the Darkspawn Warrens. You can find an inscription on the mug that says, "Let them eat steak." We love a game that involves references for players to find, and might also hint at the current socio-political climate of the world. Next, Chateau d'Anter. A lot of fans consider Chateau d'Anter the best and most underrated side quest in the entire game. You might not find it at first, but make sure to look for it. This might be our favorite side quest in Dragon Age Inquisition, and that's saying something. Players will come across this huge gated mansion in the Emerald Graves. When you enter the mansion, you'll have to investigate what happened to the family that once lived in it. The whole quest is set up a lot like a haunted house, with corpses that seem to appear out of thin air and attack you, and creepy lighting effects. We love the versatility of this game, a fascinating mystery to unfold at every turn. It sure keeps us on our toes. As you unravel the mystery of the family by exploring the mansion, you'll learn more about how the upper classes dealt with magic. Eventually, you'll need to defeat another demon to complete the quest. The demon drops a super cool amulet that has several useful qualities like lowering cooldown times. Finally, Red Water. Let's talk about one final side quest in Dragon Age Inquisition before ending the video. Red Water. This is a quest that gets activated on the Storm Coast after players complete the War Table operation, Red Templars on the Storm Coast. The Inquisitor has to investigate a dwarven port and fight off the Red Templars. Players also have multiple primeval red lyrium deposits to locate and destroy, along with an ancient elven artifact Sola's senses as part of his Measuring the Veil companion quest. The quest itself isn't difficult at all, and players can even pick up some red lyrium to use in runes. At the end of this quest, players get access to Dragon Island via a boat and can defeat the Vinsamar and her little dragonlings there. Good luck on all your quests, Inquisitors. We hope you managed to find them all. That's a wrap for this video. Did this video make you want to replay Dragon Age Inquisition? Which of these secrets did you find the most interesting? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.